Alright, so this is Assassin's Creed Liberation, and I put it worst in the series because it truly is terrible. Um, I thought it would be not that bad, but apparently it's really bad. Um, some music are being heard in certain mission, and other music aren't being heard in certain mission. Come back on, and some music are out of place, and some music are not even in place. So this is not going to be a long video. This is just going to be a video of me telling you that yeah, I'm pretty much done with this. What I when I realized that it was this game was the best you could give this game. The best I could give this game is a 5. It it would be a 5 if it didn't do certain things bad. Like the problem with this, it created this whole canoe thing. So I've been on this for like 40 times already, and the canoe mechanic is so bad. But the character doesn't stop there. The character continues to proceed forward, even when you're pressing the back for the canoe. As you can see, I'm pressing the L2. So this is the example. I'm right here. The character is pressing back. I now press forward. The character is pressing forward. So the character wants to go forward. But now I want to go back. But the goddamn boat is still moving forward. And not only that, it's turning. So when you're going back on the controller, you have to go back on the controller because sometimes it will turn. So the canoe is the worst part in the game. It's so bad. It's like you could hardly get around edges, hardly get around turns. It's so incredibly shitty. So not only is it bad, they decided to throw in the canoe as a mini mission. So you have to work with a real terrible canoe and real terrible mechanics on the canoe, because there's no stopping the canoe. It moves regardless whether you're in the water or not. And when you use the pads to push back, the canoe still, depending on the frequency of the water. It doesn't go in the direction you want it to go in. It actually turns in the opposite direction. So when you're resisting the current in the direction you want to resist it, sometimes it doesn't even work with the canoe because the mechanic is so bad. So I am not even going to play this game anymore. It was a waste of time from the beginning. The story was bad from the beginning. I thought it would be interesting. Her mother, she lost her mother, or she gets kidnapped, or her mother get kidnapped, and then she spent the rest of her Assassin's Creed years learning from Agatha and wanting to find her mother. But eventually, as you start to play the game past the first 25% of the game, you realize, other than the beginning of the game, that's the only thing good about the game. The middle part of the game is just rinse and repeat missions for randoms, smugglers, or your friend, and it has nothing to do with your mother. And only into the third part of the story, or getting near into the end of the story, in the third tier, not first act, not second act, but the third tier, that's when you learn of the mother, and then you do certain missions. But then by the time I get into the third act of the story, I'm pretty much done with the story, because she meets her mother, have a conversation with her mother, and you don't know if the mother's an assassin or she's a Templar. Well, she's scared assassin, but you don't know if she's a Templar or an associate, and you don't care. That's the thing. You don't care. I don't care about this girl trying to find her slave mother, because the whole, once she found the slave mother, is done. But the mother is unsafe, and she wants to make sure she's safe. So you have to do these asinine missions for the mother now. So it's not only about finding the mother, you now have to protect the mother by doing stupid missions. So I don't care about her finding her mother. Once I started to realize everything was just rinse and repeat, go do this objective, come back from this objective. Nothing is really important. All the items you get aren't very... Her skills are just dressing up into 3 different characters. Her techniques and her combos are just repetitive stuff from other assassins. There's nothing very special about her journey at all. This just feels like Assassin's Creed Liberation just felt like a cash grab. So this is like the only Assassin's Creed game I'm gonna put in the 4 category. Like 4. I'm gonna give Assassin's Creed Liberation a 4. Now I'm gonna look it up online and see what other people are giving this, but I'm giving it a core meta. Let's say what Metacritic thinks of this. I'm giving it a 4. Because I'm fighting to try to get through this whole thing with this canoe. So, unless I'm severely doing something wrong, I'm pretty sure after like the 30th time I would sit back, figure something out, go online. But the truth of the matter is, like, it's not just a canoe mission, it's other missions as well. Other mini missions where the time limit is way too short, or how you do certain things like knocking over the different water, the water vase, or not water vase, the water containers, for that's stationed on top of each house. Each rain containers or water houses. You knock them over, but it doesn't matter if you knock them over to block off the path of the enemy from the front. If you accidentally knock it over ahead of time or after time, none of that matters, because it's not about when you knock it over, it's that how fast you can knock it over before the enemy reach towards the end. So even if you knock it over in front of them, it's like the game doesn't even give a shit that it fell in front of them. So yeah, it's hard for me to say whether I really want to give this game a 4 or not. But my experience with this is I cannot see anything that's good about this game. Like, everything it has is already present in other Assassin's Creed game. And the only thing good about Liberation is that she could dress up into 3 different characters. The canoe doesn't do anything for it. Her damn weapons that she could just lasso and grab you and stuff. So if I was to, I mean, even if I give it good points for certain stories and certain actions and certain combos, the other mechanics that are present in the game, whether it's mission mechanics or stealth or using the goddamn canoe, or even having a canoe to begin with when you could just swim, or the mother, which is pointless, or nothing whatsoever attached to Juno and the Templars, other than one of the guys that works for the Templar, but all the way into third act, no real big reveals yet. It drops the game into its lower tier. Like, I want to give it a 5 and say the game is a 5, but certain things are so terrible, you find yourself trying and struggling to finish the game, and you're thinking to yourself, why am I even messing with this dumb, ridiculous, pathetically made game when there's so many other games out there that are done way better? Like, just because you could make a thing, make bread, make house, make whatever, and then patent it and throw the company logo on it, throw the patent name on it, and have a nice little image to represent it and says it's within the series, doesn't mean what you made is good. Like, every, let's say tons of bread makers are making bread. Just because you're making bread doesn't mean your bread is going to be better than the next bread maker. You just made a bread for the company that hired you, Ubisoft, and said, okay, I'm making this for Ubisoft as part of their bread making series, Assassin's Creed. Well, all you're showing Ubisoft is that, sure, you could make bread, which is you can make a video game, but you don't know how to make a good bread, or you don't know how to make a good video game. So you go to the cons or wherever and you sell your bread to the public as a contract being hired by Ubisoft, and then people taste your bread and your bread tastes like shit.